What up, though? Your boy Yeusi, back with another edition of Outside the Belly of the Beast. And it's time for us to talk about Haiti, IET. I actually planned on talking about Colombia this week because things are very real there, but then Haiti happened, so here we are. This is really meant to be sort of an overview of things happening in various countries as it relates to the United States empire and the United States government. And Haiti. So I wonder really how many people are aware of the fact that Haiti is the first black republic in the modern world. In a little over 200 years ago, 1804, Haiti's revolution from the French succeeded. They kicked the French out of the country, overthrew slavery, and declared themselves a free nation in the Caribbean. And then things went downhill from there. They spent over 100 years paying reparations to the French for the crime of liberating themselves from slavery. Just go Google it, I guess, because it burns me up inside to even say that every time I think about it. But that is actually what happened in the process of the French really winning, sort of in the aftermath of that whole thing. They forced Haiti to pay them reparations for their lost wages or whatever. And then, right after that, basically the U.S. took over control of Haiti because the U.S. took over pretty much the whole Western Hemisphere, throughout the Americas. And since then, you've had a string of U.S. puppet dictators ruling Haiti, except for a very brief period of time in which Haiti actually had some democratic leadership chosen by the people, which the U.S. got rid of. So, yeah, it is important to know about the devaluer regime, Papa Doc and Baby Doc, who ruthlessly ruled over Haiti, allowing Haiti's wealth to be extracted for the benefit of mainly U.S. corporations, while the dictators, the devaluers, and their friends got very, very rich, and the people remained some of the poorest people in the world. Even though Haiti sits on extreme wealth, I think it's iridium is the name of the mineral that they have. That is one of the most important minerals in the world for modern technology. Check that out. Yeah, so then in the early 90s, the people, through decades and decades and decades of resisting their repression, were able to have democratic elections, and they chose a priest named Bertrand Aristide to be the leader of Haiti. He is a community servant, a person who believes in liberation theology, like the idea of using your spirituality to empower the people instead of using religion to keep people as servants. The U.S. actually removed him from power twice. They removed him from power once. He was able to get back, and then the U.S. came and kidnapped him again and made him go to Africa, and also removed his whole political party from being allowed to participate in politics in elections in Haiti. Famille Lavelas is the name of the party. And then the earthquake happened in 2010. The Clintons came in. Bill Clinton worked himself into being in charge of rebuilding Haiti after the earthquake and the cholera outbreak. And billions of dollars poured in from all over the world. And less than 1% of that money actually got around to helping anybody on the ground in Haiti. Haiti still has not been rebuilt from the earthquake in 2010. And another outrageous thing is that Venezuela, at the height of its power and influence, established the Petrocaribe program, in which they used Venezuela's oil reserves to basically give oil to countries throughout the Caribbean. Venezuela is a country that sits on the Caribbean and South America. They wanted to use their oil wealth and their oil to benefit their neighbors in the Caribbean. They gave Haiti a bunch of oil, and as part of that, you also get loans that Venezuela really ain't tripping on you repaying anytime soon. It's not a loan shark kind of thing like what the U.S. and other countries do. But Haiti's leadership took billions of dollars from the Petrocaribe program and put it in their pockets. Basically, the money disappeared. And when it became clear to the people that that is what happened in 2018, there was an uprising that really continued and continues still to this day, actually. It was the summer of 2018. The people set it off in Haiti, demanding accountability from the leadership and demanding the removal of Jovenel Moise, who was just the latest U.S. installed puppet leader of that country. And things have gotten really progressively worse since then. Moise eventually dissolved the parliament in Haiti so that he was actually the whole government by himself without a legislative branch. He's disregarded the wishes of the Supreme Court in Haiti. Created basically a commission of gangs to terrorize the people on his behalf, called the G9, led by this dude named Barbecue, who Western media has been celebrating as some kind of hero revolutionary. And it appears that Jovenel Moise got in such a bad position, became so unpopular, that it became advantageous for his rulers in the U.S. to kill him and basically start over with installing a new dictator in Haiti. He was killed the other day by a group of assassins who are clearly not Haitian. Some of them spoke English with a U.S. accent. Some of them spoke Spanish. At least one of them yelled out that it was a DEA operation when they were invading President Moise's home to kill him and shoot his wife. So at least one of them definitely came from the U.S. and it appears through a lot of what has been coming out in the past couple of days that these people are connected to Colombia. And like I said, I wanted to talk about Colombia originally for this week. Colombia is the U.S.'s proxy in Latin America to enact a lot of their imperialist goals through Colombia. Colombia has signed itself up to be used in that way. Sort of like Israel is in the Middle East for the U.S., Colombia is in Latin America, where the U.S. does its imperialist bidding through Colombia in a lot of ways, including trying to overthrow the governments of Venezuela and Cuba. And now that U.S. Colombian imperialist cabal, which is really based out of Miami, has sent people in, it appears, to kill Moise, thereby really making it impossible to have the elections that they were supposed to have in a couple of months from now in Haiti. Now, a U.S. chosen person will be Prime Minister of Haiti and oversee the process of putting together some kind of government there, but it won't have any, it won't be democratically chosen. The people of Haiti won't have any agency in determining their political future. This is just a renewal of the U.S.'s colonial domination of Haiti, orchestrated by plunging Haiti into chaos, renewed, amplified chaos on top of all the chaos they've been having. Jovenel Moise overstayed his welcome, made himself unuseful anymore for the empire, the U.S. empire. Now he's out of here, and this is truly sad. But more than anything, it speaks to the need for the people of the United States, especially the black people of the United States, to lend support to the people of Haiti. The people of Haiti have never stopped fighting for their liberation since the revolution first succeeded in 1804 up until now. They have been fighting against the West to really stand on and express the self-determination spirit that they have among themselves. And it is imperative for us to support them so they can support us, because we're all fighting against the same enemy. Those of us inside the belly of the beast, them outside the belly of the beast. The enemy is the same. It's the U.S. empire, the imperialists, the colonizers. And if any of us want to be free, then all of us have to support each other in fighting against the real enemy. So that's that. Holler at me, let me know if you have any thoughts. If anything I said in here is something you're not already familiar with, please go look it up and find sources that are not controlled by the United States government while you're doing that research. All right? I'll holler at y'all. Peace.